Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me in person today. I was worried that I'd be speaking to a wall of AI note takers on a screen or something, so it's lovely to see all your smiling faces. I toyed with the idea of not turning up myself today. I was going to send my AI likeness on a tablet, on a stick here to talk to you, but I thought, well, how would that make you feel if you'd made the effort to come all the way down here and I sodded off for a coffee and left you with my AI likeness? You'd probably feel shortchanged, maybe a little insulted by that gesture, maybe. Well, I'm here to tell you that's exactly how your customers feel every time you fob them off with AI slop. They feel shortchanged, disrespected, and insulted because you couldn't be bothered to put the effort into making something truly worth their time, their attention, and ultimately their money. Now, how do I know this? Well, according to a survey reported by Marketing Interactive last October, over 1,000 people across 4 generations, 80% would consider switching to a competitor brand due to the use of AI in communications. 55% viewed all AI communications negatively. The generation that was most opposed to AI comms, not the boomers, yours and my favorite, Gen Z, were most overwhelmingly opposed to it. More recently, the Seismic Foundation surveyed more than 10,000 people on their attitudes towards AI and found that less than 1 in 3 see it as a hopeful development for humanity, and more than half are deeply worried about AI risks. And if you believe that women still control the shopping basket, then you should know that the same survey found females were 2.2 times more pessimistic about the impacts of AI than males were. What else? Well, you may have heard rumors of the death of social media lately. Since 2022, every single platform has lost users and usage. Now, let me think, what happened in 2022 that might lead people to abandon social media platforms in their droves? Of course, that was the year that ChatGPT came out and their feeds started filling up with AI slop. So this begs the question, what are kids doing if they're not scrolling AI slop? Well, the vinyl resurgence continues. Last year's sales broke a 40-year record. 35mm camera sales are growing 13.2% annually, and dumb phone sales grew 200% in the first quarter of this year. These kids are begging for real-world experiences and human connection. They also know that AI is the biggest threat to climate change since fossil fuels. I mean, if you wanted to accelerate climate change, you could hardly invent something more destructive. It eats energy, water, and land like there's no tomorrow, and if we keep using it to make IG posts, there might not be a tomorrow. Most of you here work for large corporations, and I wonder how many of you have sustainability as one of your virtue pillars, or diversity for that matter, which will take a huge hit from AI. If you ask it for a picture of a corporate leader, you get someone that looks like me. If you ask it for a picture of a criminal, you get anybody but someone who looks like me. The bias is baked in. So how can you claim to be sustainable and diverse if you're using AI? Now, you might dispute this because, your metrics online might be going up every day. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's probably bots. Dead internet theory is no longer a theory. It's a fact that 50% of the internet is now bots. So we find ourselves in a dystopian situation of using AI to create ads consumed by AI. Is that really efficient? Is it really saving you money? In our age of data-driven marketing, the numbers couldn't be clearer or scream any louder. Your customers do not want AI content or creative, and in fact will abandon brands and platforms that actively use it.
10 seconds.
We were promised AI would cure cancer and solve climate change. Why don't we let it get on with that and make beautiful human things for our customers? Thank you very much.